Smith's version of Islam, I would be a dangerous man, right? Because his Islam is ISIS Islam. Okay, Jay Smith should be Jay Smith should be in Iraq teaching ISIS as their sheikh, because they would agree more with him than we. And I seriously request to wake up to this reality that your teacher is always lying to you. That's why you're embarrassed. All the time his followers, when they have discussions with us, they get embarrassed. So likewise, you just accused of us taqiyya. You read from a source yourself, you pulled it out. I didn't pull it out, you pulled it out, and you read from it that the Shia believe in taqiyya, right? And then you claim that the Sunnis also believe. Let me now explain what that means. We have a concept in Islam, okay, whereby if one's life is threatened, are you listening carefully? For example, if someone has a gun to your head, if someone's got a sword to your head, according to the Quran, and if you're being persecuted, you're being killed for your religion, like what happened to one of the companions. I'm finishing. No, you're not lying. You're not lying. Wait, I'm finishing. What you are doing is, you're not lying. You're not saying I'm not a Muslim. What you're doing is, you're not, you are actually, in some cases, you're forced to do some things, and under duress, under torture, you know and I know, people who specialize in torture, they know how torture works. People say all kind of things, right? So one of the companions of the Prophet of Islam, his name was Ammar bin Yasir. Ammar bin Yasir was being tortured. He saw his mother killed in front of his eyes. He saw his father killed in front of his eyes. It was now his turn. So the Qurayshis, those who were torturing him, they said to him, insult Muhammad or you will die. Or you will die. So what did he do? He insulted the Prophet ﷺ to save his life. What happened? They freed him. Insulted the Prophet to save his life. They freed him. They said, go. You've insulted Muhammad. You fulfilled. Now check this out. Let me finish and then you can come back to me. Yeah. He goes to the Prophet in a state of disturbance. Oh, the Messenger of Allah, I am finished. I'm destroyed. My iman, my faith is finished. And the Prophet asked him what happened. And he told exactly what happened. And then that verse in the Quran was revealed to comfort him that those who state kufr, state disbelief, not hide, state disbelief under duress are not to be held accountable. That's the verse in the Quran. Okay. Now we have another example of another companion of the Prophet whose name was Hyde. Hyde was crucified by the Qurayshis. They put him on a pole and they were torturing him. And they said to him, insult Muhammad and your torture is over. Curse Muhammad, your torture is over. And he said, even if I was given 1,000 lives, even if I was given a number of lives, I would sacrifice those lives over the name of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, but not insult him. And he was killed in due course. Okay, wait. Now wait. A good question. Let me finish this one first. Good question. Now, this shows us that what you claim to be taqiyya is not our doctrine. We don't do it. Actually, we believe speaking the truth. The Prophet of Islam taught us, afdalul jihad kalimatu haqqin inda sultanin ja'ir. He said the best of struggle is to speak the truth in front of tyrannical rulers. In front of tyrannical rulers. This is what the Prophet taught us. He taught us don't do taqiyya. The best thing is don't do taqiyya, don't hide the truth, speak the truth. The Quran tells us that. So your understanding of that concept is completely messed up. And I don't blame you, I blame your ISIS teacher Jay Smith. Jay Smith has been sent by ISIS, I believe, okay, to come and teach in the park and tarnish the name of Islam. Okay, so now
show him Corinthians. 1 Corinthians.
Yes.
9.
Yeah. Where Paul said, yes, exactly. Your religion teaches taqiyya. So can we read that? Can we read that? Okay, wait.
He answered. Be fair. He answered all your points. Now be fair. No.
Where's the Bible? Where's the Bible? Where's the Bible? Bring the Bible out. 1 Corinthians. Where's that? 1 Corinthians.
1 Corinthians verse 9, I think.
What chapter? Find it. Is it to Jew I become a Jew?
Yeah,
that one. Okay, I'll quote it. I know the verse by heart. Paul in the New Testament, and we'll find it where it is. He stated, to a Jew I become a Jew.
1 Corinthians what?
I don't know where it is. I know the verse by heart. I know the verse by heart, but I don't know the reference. Okay? Okay? To a Jew, just Google to a Jew I become a Jew. Just Google to a Jew I become a Jew. To a Jew I become a Jew. Paul. Wait. Now we will see who teaches taqiyya. 1 Corinthians 9:20. 1 Corinthians 9:20, and we will see who is being taught to do taqiyya.
Okay, let's see if these guys are out of context. Come on.
Okay, we'll read the context. Paul said, and Paul, who is Paul? Who is Paul, by the way?
Paul is the founder of Christianity.
Yes.
No, he is.
Paul is a apostle. Okay, no problem. Is he apostle to you? Was he inspired by God? Is he one of your great teachers or not? Yes or no? Yes?
Of course, man.
Yes, okay, you follow Paul, and his words are the word of God, right? What Paul wrote is actually the word of God, right?
Inspired by the Holy Spirit through, yeah.
Yes, okay, so he's inspired. So what is he saying through his inspiration? To the Jews, I become like a Jew. To win Jews, to those under the law, like one under the law, though I myself am not under the law. To win those under the law, to those who are outside the law, like one outside the law. Not being outside God's law, but under the law of Christ, to win those outside the law.
Yes.
So in other words,
Continue.
in other words, I'll continue.
To the weak I became.
Okay, to those, okay. To the weak I became weak in order to win the weak. In order to win the weak.
Yes.
Continue.
Okay, I have become all things to all people, so that I may by all means save some. So in other words, let me finish. So what Paul is saying, I can now become a hypocrite effectively. Wait, let me finish. You can come back. No. You can correct me. You can correct me. You can correct me.
A hypocrite.
You can correct me.
He's been lying. That's what
You can correct me. My brother.
Paul is basically saying, listen.
You can correct me. You can correct me. You can correct me afterwards. Yes. So what's the problem now? Why are you getting so? Are you frustrated now? Are you frustrated now? This is how we feel every week when you guys come and throw questions at us. This is how we feel. Okay.
Jesus.
Yeah. Yes. Now Jesus. Okay. Takbir. Jesus. Okay. Fine. Now can we come back to the question? Paul is effectively saying, I become all things to all people.
Yeah.
I can become a Jew to a Jew even though I don't follow the law myself.
Yeah.
I can deceive the Jews into believing Jesus. Wait. This is my spin. I'm admitting the fact that it's my spin. This is my spin. At least I'm honest enough to admit that it's a spin. Okay, it's a bad spin, but it's a spin. Okay, let's see how it works. Paul is saying I become all people to I become all things to all people. That means effectively that I can say things to people to convince them to come into Christianity. So I can even deceive them. Okay? Because Paul is telling the Jews what he's not. In order to bring them into Christianity that does not preach following the law of Moses, he would go and tell them things he doesn't actually believe in. Right? So he's effectively lying to the Jewish people in order to bring them into Christianity. Now this is what we call classic taqiyya. The Christians, like Jay Smith, practices taqiyya every week. I'll tell you why. Jay Smith, I've told him a million times. Okay.
You can't talk to a liar.
Wait, yes. Jay Smith has repeatedly said, I'll give you one example and we'll move on. Jay Smith, your teacher, has repeatedly said.
Teacher is Jesus, bro.
Okay. So Jay Smith is not your teacher. Is he a good man or is he a truthful man or is he a liar? Jay Smith. He's a truthful man. Now we're talking.
He's a head preacher.
Yeah. He's a head preacher. Yeah. Yes. Okay. Now that
Jesus Christ, get in your head.
Now We have understood.
on, the truth.
You're not
the
interested
way,
in the truth.
the lie.
I'll tell you.
No, a truth.
Wait,
a way,
wait,
a lie.
wait.
CD, man.
Yeah, wait.
It's the truth,
Now,
brother.
can we continue?
Okay, you explain Taqiyya. Explain to me. Do you have assurance of salvation in Islam? Yes or no?
Okay, now the taqiyya question is aside. He has abandoned the taqiyya question.
No, because
okay,
you are-
now that now because I've given the right.
I'm giving my own spin, and I'm
Okay.
telling you whether your spin is wrong.
Now this man, he
There's
came
nowhere in the Bible that says
attacking me.
I be commanded to deceive people.
Okay.
Or I'm be commanded to lie to the Jews so that they can believe the Moses. No, don't. Wait.
Okay, you tell us what it says. You tell us what is Paul saying here?
Paul essentially.
Yes, Paul essentially
Paul
what?
essentially wanted to win the Gentiles.
Oh, no, leave him. Yeah.
Paul wanted to win the Gentiles.
He wanted to win the Gentiles. Okay,
That's
how?
why he said circumcision.
How?
How? By preaching the gospel. By
How? He's not saying that. He's not saying that.
No.
He said, I become all things to all people in order to bring them over to our side. Right? What does that mean? How do you understand that? I become all things to all people. I become a Jew to a Jew, even though I'm not a Jew.
Yeah.
Okay.
So right.
Yeah. Even though I don't follow the Jewish law, even though he categorically, explicitly states, I do not follow the Jewish law, but I become a Jew to the Jewish people in order to bring them to salvation, right? So how does he do that?
How does he do that?
How does he become a Jew to Jews?
By preaching the gospel.
But how does he do it?
By preaching the gospel.
Okay, we will leave the viewers to decide. We will leave the viewers to decide. Viewers now can decide whether he has given a valid explanation or exegesis of the Bible. My view is that Paul is simply telling us that he can actually lie to the Jewish people, he can lie to the Gentiles in order to bring them to.
There's nothing.
That's my view. I admit it's my view.
I've been commanded to lie to the Jews. I've been commanded to tell the Jews a
Okay.
different law from the Old Testament. There's nothing.
Okay.
That's your
Now
own
that-
you already said that's your own
Okay.
thing.
Okay. Now that we have clarified, we as Muslims are not allowed to lie under any circumstances. All the Islamophobes online, all the Islam haters, when they claim that Muslims are doing taqiyya, they are allowed to lie. In fact, they themselves are either liars or ignorant about our faith. I have just given you the evidence as to why we as Muslims cannot lie. The Prophet told us the best deed in Islam is to speak the truth in front of a tyrannical ruler when it is the most difficult thing to do. It is the most, when you are put in front of a tyrannical ruler who is very likely to kill you, you're not going to speak the truth, you're going to save your life. The Prophet is telling you that is the best of struggles, to speak the
The
truth.
Prophet also said,
Brother,
I have been ordered to fight the
Let's
people.
change the topic.
Changing the topic? Okay, wait. Okay.
Whoever said la ilaha,
What do you mean?
Allah will save his property and his life from me. What that
Okay.
You are wrong.
Okay.
You are imposing Islam on the people.
Okay, thank you for that. Thank you for that question. Yeah, wait. Are we changing the topic now?
No, we already
No.
Taqiyya.
No, what have we established?
Now you force the fact that Paul was deceiving people.
Yeah.
And there's no
I have
in the
shown
Bible that says that Paul was
I have shown conclusively
Harry is not going to work.
I have shown conclusively that the
You
Muslim.
haven't. You've
Okay, wait.
shown your
God is lying.
spin.
I have
on the thing.
shown conclusively the Muslims are not allowed to lie. Number one. Second, I showed you conclusively that in Christianity people can lie following the teachings of Paul. Okay? People can lie. Paul is actually, what is that? What is
Go
that?
out and be deceiving spirit with the mouth of his prophets.
Yes.
You will succeed in enticing, say the Lord, go on.
Yes.
Go on, do it.
What does that mean?
Go do it. Why?
Yeah. Why?
Because the Jews at the time, they didn't want to listen to the
So there is a because. So you can't lie to them because. You can't lie to them because. Okay.
In a
So there is.
nutshell,
So now
what? You
I
don't
think.
want to listen to the truth?
I think-
Alright, I'm gonna
Okay.
be the
Okay.
Thank you very much.
So now you see next time you are brothers.
But those guys, at the time, the Jews, they didn't want to.
I hugged you in the beginning. I hugged you in the beginning. I hugged you. I'll hug you again. I'll hug you again. I'll hug you again. And my hug is not taqiyya. My hug is my compassion towards people like yourself.
Likewise.
Okay? And you look like a reasonably intelligent gentleman. Okay?
You too, bro.
I really request the next time when you come to the park, do proper research like Richard does.
Yeah,
Richard, when he doesn't know, he comes and asks questions sincerely. He actually truly wants to understand what you Muslims believe. And we tell him what we actually truly believe, not what J. Smith tells them what we believe. Okay? So likewise, you as an intelligent, honest Christian, I believe you believe in Christianity from the depth of your heart. And in Christianity, if you believe one has to be honest, then demonstrate that honesty here in the park also. When you come to us, demonstrate that honesty and know that we don't believe in these things you accuse us of.
I like that word, honesty.
Yes.
Speaking of honesty, what
Yes.
would have happened to anyone at the time of Muhammad had someone insulted the Prophet? What would Muhammad do? Honesty, says.
Is this
honest answer? My
okay?
brother.
Before I answer this question, yes. Before I answer this question, are we now square on the issue of taqiyya? Are you clear now that we the Muslims cannot lie, except in 3 cases where I stated of making up between husband and wife, making up between 2 brothers? No. Okay, show me how. Show me. Give me evidence that you Muslims can lie. Go on. Now you're silent. Now you're silent. Now you have no evidence.
I already read you.
What evidence that we can lie? We can actually lie.
I already read to you.
Oh, show me. Show me.
Referring to precautionary dissimulation or denial.
That's not evidence. That's not evidence. That's a sentence. That's a sentence.
No,
that's not an evidence. Where is the evidence that we can lie? Okay. Fine. So can you give me? Where is the evidence? Do you know what evidence means? Give me a verse. Give me a verse. Give me a verse. Or one of the teachings of the Prophet that we can lie. Go on.
Okay, I will bring it next time.
Oh, so you don't know.
I will bring it next
So you don't know. So why are you trying it?
I will bring it
Oh
next
my
time.
God, can you believe it? Now, can you everyone is watching now. Online, everyone's watching. Our Christian brothers, our Christian brothers and sisters, they come here, they accuse us of things without having done research. This is what ISIS is like. When you ask them why they're doing these things, they tell you, let me go and find an answer. Let me go back to my sheikh and find an answer. You are just like that. You behave just like those bigots, those haters who are spreading hate against Muslims. You come and throw things in public without knowing the answers. So you just said, I'm going to go back and find the evidence, right? Right? So you don't have the evidence, right?
So why did you mention it if you don't have
Why do you bring it up? And why should we now have another debate with you? Have another debate with you when we know you don't know the evidence?
Oh, he's got evidence.
Why should we have another debate with you? Okay. Why shall I have another conversation with you when you don't know what you're talking about? You are throwing things at me, taqiyya, killing of innocent people, mass murder, and I'm throwing things back at you. And then you start justifying. Just like you threw a question at me that Muslims can do this and that. And then I asked you a question when George Bush said that we are going into Iraq because I've been commanded by God. And 1 million people were killed. 1 million people were killed.
I give you evidence in the Quran that you're allowed to practice taqiyya, which is concealment and lying. Surah 16, verse 106.
What does it say?
Establishes that there are circumstances that can compel a Muslim to tell a lie.
That's not a verse. That's not a verse. You don't even know. You don't even know what a verse is. That's not a verse.
What's that?
That's not a verse.
Sahih al-Bukhari.
Okay.
48.
Right.
Page 857.
Page 857. Now you're struggling. Wait. Before you quote, wait. You said Quran. Do you have something from the Quran? Do you have something from the Quran? You said you're going to quote the Quran. You said you're going to quote the Quran. Read it. Read it.
But before I read that, let me read.
No.
I will read it.
No.
Before I read it.
Step by step. Step by step. Quran, read it.
16:106.
Yes.
You
Go
know,
on.
the viewers watching this will see what you're doing.
Seriously.
Everyone watching this will see what you're doing.
And you embarrass all decent you embarrass all decent Christians out there. All decent Christians globally, they don't like this. They don't like this methodology. They don't like this strategy. You know, it's not working for you guys.
You're not doing yourself or the Christians any favors by doing this. Honestly.
Okay, so Surah 16, Ayah 106.
Yes. Yes, I'm listening. Now, okay. The verse will prove that we can do taqiyya. Now read it.
Are you gonna let me speak,
Yes,
bro?
please, please, please.
Come on, amigo. Come on.
Please.
If you want to go, it's okay.
I'm a Christian who never runs away from any discussion or debate. Never.
Read the verse.
Never.
He never runs away from it, but he can lie.
Call him Pablo Escobar.
Hey, listen. I always tell the truth.